to chat a little bit more about it. I think we're gonna have a good after party this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I'm excited for the conversation. It'll be good. My birthday's tomorrow, so I'm just like, that was the best gift right there. Just
Well,
hearing
happy early
everything coming
birthday.
up. Well, thank you.
Chip's
Yeah,
bestowing all these gifts on you for your birthday. How is that?
I know. Seriously, no, that it's crazy. It's good. Mhm.
So cool, so cool. Dreamy Dragon, how you doing, friend? It's been a while since I've talked to you.
Yeah, I'm on like excuse me, I'm on like day 30 of COVID.
Oh man, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I feel for you.
But
I
yeah, I'm excited. I have a question for Chip once he gets here. So that was a cool town hall.
That was a really cool one. It was. I know it's funny. I feel like the last time I talked to you, I was still sick, and now I'm sick again, and so now we're sick together,
You're sick
all over
again.
again.
Wow, that sucks.
Every time I travel, I get sick. It's I don't know. So I guess that's just like the new thing these days, right?
It's fashionable.
Yeah, exactly. Getting sick is the new black, you guys. So, oh man, Riddick, what's up, friend? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, that was jam packed, eh? That was awesome.
That was awesome. I agree. So much alpha dropped in that town hall today.
Because
Not just from
it's
Chip.
Aaron's
I feel
birthday.
like Michael dropped some bombs on us as well. So that was kind
Yeah,
of
he did.
exciting.
Yeah, he did definitely. It's all because it's all for Aaron. It's his happy birthday present.
It is. Yes. Everybody's just dropping all these presents for you, Aaron.
It's raining.
It's raining presents. Alpha bombs. No, or alpha presents. That sounded bad. Oh man, let me get Santi up here. Let's see. Come on up, Santi, Master of Town Hall.
That picture looked it looked pretty epic. Like the layout, the design, and you could see like kind of on the left bar there was a bunch of like UI details of stuff, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of you guys have shared that on Twitter yet. What's going on? You guys are slacking. Come on, Star Atlas community. Chip out and head. Oh, there you go. All right, Santi, that was an epic town hall. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's all on Chip. It's all Chip's fault. You know, he came to me and Jose, and he said, "Guys, we are ready. We are ready to drop
We are
the
ready.
alpha." So with Jose, like, yeah, if you think that was alpha, also the newsletter is coming pretty packed and full of alpha. So
Yeah, we
yes, stay
haven't dropped
tuned to
that
that.
yet.
I don't
You hear
think
me?
so, but
Yeah.
yeah, we can hear you, Chip.
Great.
But yeah,
No, I don't believe we've dropped it yet. We usually drop it this afternoon, right? So it should be coming. Oh, here we go. Just say I'll bring you up too. We should be dropping it soon, I believe. I feel like we usually drop it a little bit after the town hall, after the Twitter Spaces, towards the end of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be
Well,
fun.
are
for
you ready,
everybody.
Chip? I feel like
Yeah.
it's been a while since you've been on here. I want to say the last time you were on here, we were putting you through Ronan's ringer. So, are you ready for the?
Maybe was it the pirates? Was I talking to pirates, or I was talking about baby aliens or janitorial services? Maybe I don't remember, but it's definitely been a few times
Yes,
since.
baby aliens. Yes, the baby alien smuggling ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. So, all right, everybody, I just want to go ahead and thank you all for joining us today. We had another awesome town hall put on by Santi. Chip joined today and really dropped a lot of alpha on all of us about what we can expect with the upcoming release of Scream. I know you guys are like chomping at the bit. You have a bunch of questions for him. I will release them onto you, Chip. Just give me a few minutes. Let's just kind of recap some of the stuff that we learned today. I know that Jose, you joined us as well. I think people were asking about the newsletter. Do we know when we'll be dropping that one?
Chat, we got just in time. We'll be dropping it soon. Let us get the Twitter Space started and let Chip drop some little more alpha and it will be up soon enough.
Awesome. That sounds perfect. So you heard that, guys. Just pay attention, and it will be dropping very soon, probably a little closer towards the end of this Twitter space. But I do, I did want to point out that Michael dropped some really cool alpha as well. Something I heard a little bit, which I thought was exciting, is some alpha about a secret project, right? That's going to be released based around the same time. I believe he said it was around the same time as my mind just went blank. But so this one is going to be based free flight and space exploration, which I think is pretty cool, and I know that that's something you guys are all looking forward to and excited about as well. We'll just go real quick. They said marketplace user testing went awesome, so thank you all to the community who pitched in and helped us test that out to get it up and running and to standard, and so that everybody's happy with it. Polis DAO is currently in audit right now. Hopefully we'll learn more about that in the next coming weeks. And the company continues to scale, and it sounds like we're having a hiring focus on building out the multiple economies that are being built within the Star Atlas ecosystem, which is something that's really, really exciting. I like to geek out over the economy as well. That's one of the things that kind of hooked me personally into this project. I see the requests coming in, so I know you guys want to dig. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied right now, guys. I know you want to dig deep into Scream. We have Chip up here, so I guess let's go ahead and get the ball rolling with that. I believe Riddick, you want to go ahead and kick it off? Did you have another question for Chip? Or was it Dreaming Dragon?
Dreaming can go first.
Okay.
Oh, cool. All right, thanks, Riddick. Yeah, mine was how are you going to implement the racing ship gameplay into Scream?
Right now, those guys have higher agility. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
The thing is, we're working through exactly. Let's see. I'm trying to avoid going through every single role and talking about exactly the advantages, because I'm trying to avoid too much speculation on people buying certain ships and then things change. So for right now, I can say that every single ship role is we're making sure it has some sort of intrinsic advantage that's manifested in its performance in certain fields. But racers specifically, those guys are racers, so they have more fuel on board, and then they also have higher agility. So when they're moving around the map, that'll be useful to have.
Can I just say, I think that maybe it's a good idea too if we like keep a little mysticism around some of these things, so that it's we don't want to lay it all out there right now, guys, right? You want a little surprises going forward, don't you? Or no?
I'll try to use my judgment for sure. All questions welcome. I just I know everyone has their own specific fleets, and they're going to ask, well, what is my fleet good for? And I certainly don't feel comfortable answering exactly what every single ship is good at yet, other than the obvious, right? The fighters are good at combat, and the freighters are good at moving stuff. But all the other ones, those are a bit special, and we're balancing that right now.
All right, awesome. Sounds good, Chip. Did you have anything else, Dreaming Dragon?
No, that was it. I was just curious about the racers.
But yeah, no, I appreciate the question.
Cool.
Like, don't feel bad for asking that. Yeah, like I have some racers myself, and we want to show them some love in Scream as well.
I know. I think that's something that a lot of people are excited to do, is to get into their racers and start racing against each other, especially with all of the racing that has been going on just amongst the community, right? With the racing league is it the Supernova Racing League that the community has put together currently? So
yeah,
everybody's
I love
practicing.
that community. And I also want to give a little bit more context. So Scream, we're trying to get it out as fast as possible, so we couldn't build out a specific. Originally, we were trying to build out ship missions for each specific career field, but that ended up being the wrong approach. However, so instead we're having this more core gameplay around the star systems and the territory acquisition, and as such, each ship role will have a unique function. But as we build on Scream, because Scream V0 is going to come out with these core mechanics, but as we build on Scream, we're going to ensure that every single ship has has even more things it can do as its own unique role. But for now, in the absence of having, like, say, a specific, very detailed bounty hunting loop, we're making sure that bounty hunters, have appropriate performance metrics so that they're still useful without being able to go and do bounty hunting directly.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. I went ahead and brought up Ronald, aka Funcracker. How you doing today?
Hello. I am doing very well. This was a truly epic town hall, and I love to hear all this alpha on screen. So I'm having a great evening. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm happy to be back up here with all of you guys. I always enjoy Town Hall Fridays. I love all the alpha that everybody drops, and just the energy around them. It's always fun to get together with the community and learn about the updates that we have going on. So I'm excited to be here with you guys, and I'm excited to have Chip back up here too. It's always fun when he stops by.
I agree, right? So I had to raise my hand and get on stage here because I could not during the town hall. And Chipman, I have questions for you. So
I imagine.
Without further ado, just a few. So first off, and that's just a worry I noticed showing up in the community a little bit. The hangers, right? And the gameplay aspect, I completely understand. The Atlas costs is what raised some people's, I don't know, not suspicions, but they were like that question marks. So is those hangers, is that something that will be persistent? Is that something that will also show up in later gameplay modes? Is that something just temporary for Scream? Because of course it is an Atlas sync, and from that perspective I understand it completely. But if people are going to pay for something that has limited usability in the future, that's what apparently the concern is. They're like reluctant to spend too much money on that if it does not transfer to the full game, or if it does not yield that benefit for a very, very long time. So is there anything you can say in that respect?
Well, think about it this way. Say let's remove the naming of hangers, and you're paying an Atlas fee to get a ship into a game so that you can earn more Atlas than the fee as long as you play a certain amount of time. Now, obviously, we wouldn't make it so that the fee to make a positive return after buying the hanger is like 5 years of gameplay. We're gonna use our judgment, but think about it that way. And all that Atlas goes to the DAO. So we're having an Atlas sync that goes to the DAO because the DAO is very important for our vision and our ecosystem. But then it's like a ticket to get into the game, right? Does that make more sense framing it that way?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I like that you're mentioning that Atlas is going to the DAO, so that's a good thing. No, I agree. It depends, of course, on how quickly you can earn it back. And the longer I was thinking about it personally, I realized there are no other game modes where you can use your ships in, of course, facing out. It's really a moot point indeed, because you will have to, you indeed, like you mentioned, you will earn that back in probably considerable time. So, but I still want to hear it from you. So
yeah, you will be able to earn Atlas in the game, so you'll be able to earn back the fee that was associated with the hanger space. But also think about the other consideration where in Score, players are purchasing R4 in Atlas for to play the game, but now that Atlas that's used to purchase R4 goes to the DAO. Well, now the R4 is being crafted by players. How does the DAO continue to get Atlas, right? And so we're exploring mechanisms on recapture, Atlas recapture for the DAO, but one of them was this hanger mechanic, and we think it's still fair because as long as you engage in the game, like you'll be able to make back the Atlas fee for the hanger when you get the ship into the game. So
yeah, awesome answer. Thank you very much. That's really good information.
Yep.
So now on to my next question, if I may, Ashley. Ducks. Right after the last tunnel, I asked Michael, and I got the answer that they're quite a bit off into the future. Yet here we are, and we get a multiplayer game where we can cooperate together. Of course, I assume we can strategize in our Discord, but how will multiplayer with friends and or ducks work? Is there so there's not a duck registration, I understand. So is there like a friends list? Do we have to invite people to become friends so I can see them in game, or what's
Right
what's
now in
happening over there?
right now in V0, we're not signing up for making the friends list and all the DAX stuff a requirement. That certainly doesn't mean you won't be able to coordinate with your friends and your DAX and go do things together. We're not focusing on that being the MVP requirements to get Scream out. So that we certainly know that's a priority, and we'll try to get that out in the next iterations or the next add-ons to Scream, but that won't be part of V0, at least in current design.
So will then work like let's say me and my friends, we all look at the galaxy map and we then state the location and say, okay, let's all go there, and we do the communication on different platform. Okay,
yep,
gotcha.
like you can certainly use Discord to coordinate with your DAX and your friends, and as long as you guys are in the same faction, you can easily play together.
Yep, perfect, understand. All right, next question. I only have a few more, then I'll give back the mic. Also a popular question is, if I spend 24/7 gaming, will I earn more than somebody who spends 12 hours per day gaming? Or perhaps a better question to ask is, every 10 minutes worth of playing, is it worth something? Or is there yeah.
So your earnings will be directly influenced by the amount you play, the size of your fleet, and what activities you do. So if you go and you're making R4 and you're selling it on the marketplace, you're not earning Atlas from the faction rewards for doing that, because that's a private venture. But if you do things that the faction is rewarding you for, then that's how you earn Atlas. So the answer is twofold. It depends on what you do in the game, how much you play, and then how big your fleet is. Because if you have a bigger fleet, you'll also earn more points. So.
Yeah, I understand. So, but it won't be like other games where you have like a time limit, or you can spend at most 6 hours to earn the max. Any more time spent will not earn you anything, or something like you can initiate some sort of action once every hour, or like all these other mechanics you see in different games to limit. Well, two things. It limits the time you need to spend to earn the most, which is of course something people like, as they like to sleep. But it also limits the amount you can actually earn during a day.
Yeah, so it's key to point out that we've already released information that the 3 factions will be splitting up the Atlas rewards, right? So 33% goes to each of the factions, regardless of how many players are in each faction, and that's a balancing mechanism. But the other way is, just because somebody plays, just because the player base, if the player base plays like 1,000 hours one day collectively, and then 900 hours the next day, they won't earn different amount of Atlas per day. So it's more like proportional to how much you're playing compared to other players, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just to, I don't know, clarify, but it means that the more meaningful you contribute to the faction, the bigger the piece of the pie that you are getting from the faction rewards. Is that right?
Yes. Perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Great addition, Jose. Thank you. Yeah, no, this is clear. So, 2 very short questions. Well, the very short one: can we use all ships in Scream?
Yes.
Awesome. Second, PvP. How does it work? Perhaps not so short. I mean, do we have like? Is it like we have our fleet selected and we click on a different fleet and they just start shooting and that's it, or is there more involved?
You engage in a combat by clicking on another fleet, but I definitely want to reserve the whole details of combat for the next town hall, the next time I hop on, because there's a lot there, and I don't want to get into it here yet, just because it requires so much in-depth conversation. But yeah, you click on another fleet and you engage in combat, and you'll fight each other. So.
Completely understand it. Thank you very much. That was the end of I know Funcrackers Ringer or whatever, but I'll pass the mic to somebody else. I know there's a huge line here. So,
are we moving from Ronin's Ringer to Funcrackers Ringer now? That's what's happening? We're evolving.
Indeed. So thanks a bunch, Chip. Thanks for your answers.
I
Yep,
love it.
of
Thank you
course.
so much thank you for joining us, Ronald.
Always
How you
pleasure.
doing, Chip? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
All right, cool. So I did just want to go ahead and direct everyone's attention just to the top real quick. Atlas Theory went ahead and shared that sneak peek of Scream that was dropped in the town hall today. So there's a little bit of alpha out there. Thank you so much, Atlas Theory, for getting that out there ASAP. And I did, because I know sometimes there are people in the chat who maybe cannot participate in the voice chat, but they still want to get involved in the conversation. So I'm trying something a little bit new this time around. I went ahead and created a thread, which I pinned at the top, I cannot talk today, you guys. I am sorry. I went ahead and created a thread that I pinned at the top. So if there's anybody in the audience that has any comments or you just want to get involved in the conversation, feel free to start talking on that thread. I'll be checking it and chatting on it as well. So go ahead. And Jose, I saw a hand wave. What's up, my friend?
Yes, just to add that our newsletter is online. So if you guys want to take a look, there is also a deep dive into Scream, reviewing what Chip told us and maybe a few more points that the community will find entertaining.
Awesome. So I'll go ahead and get that pinned up at the top as well. We always love the updates that you put out, Jose. The characters that have been built around the lore are absolutely incredible. And I know everybody gets really excited every week to read those. Everyone looks forward to that. And you're working your butt off on those. And so I applaud you. You're doing an awesome job, friend.
Yeah, powerhouse over here,
guys.
man. Like, I don't know how you put those together so quickly. It's amazing.
I don't think he sleeps.
No, guys, it's awesome because we are all living the dream, right? So the community deserves this, and it's a pleasure to dream about the universe of Star Atlas.
Yeah, and I know, and I'm not going to say anything, but I know you have some really cool things like that you're brewing up in your head planned for all of this stuff. And so I can't wait for you to be able to express that and get that out there for the rest of the community too. It's going to be really awesome. Really, really fun things coming up, guys.
Me neither, Ash. Me neither. I'm almost exploding.
I
Trying to keep
know
me
you
out
are.
of it.
So fun. I went ahead and brought, oh, go ahead.
No, okay.
You're good, Jose. Go for it.
No, it was a mistake on my mic. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's all good. I went ahead and brought up Lloyd from the club. How are you
hello.
doing, Lloyd?
Very well, thank you. How are you? Enjoying
I'm
my Friday nights?
I'm good. Yes, it's a nice Friday evening. I agree.
Yeah,
All
yeah. I just finished Picard season 2. Now on the port. Just chilled, you know.
Nice.
Great town hall. A few questions. 3 questions, if I may. For Chip. So I'm just still a little confused on the terminology for ship slots and hangars, and then there was loyalty points and Atlas. What's the difference between them all, or can you just go through that again, please?
Hangar is synonymous with ship slot.
Right.
However, the reason why I use the 2 different terms is because sometimes I like to refer to, I'm now I'm realizing that the community is hearing this for the first time, but I talk about this day in day out with the team, so I've developed this lexicon. But the reason why I use hangars is because your ships can exist at the hangars of each star base, but the ship slots are specifically talking about how many ships you can have in the game. So if I use in the past when I use the word hangar to talk about ship slots, it caused confusion. So I use hangar to talk about your ships docked at the hangars of the star bases, and then ship slots as the ships you can have in the game, essentially.
Right. Yeah. Got it. And you can increase the number of your slots with loyalty points or with Atlas.
Yes. So you increase the number of slots with loyalty points. You increase the size of the slot with Atlas.
Yeah.
And
okay.
loyalty points is the in-game progression currency. It's not a tradable currency. You will not convert loyalty points to Atlas. You earn loyalty points via gameplay, and you can spend loyalty points, not trade, spend loyalty points on the in-game store. So NFTs, in-game consumables, other things that I'm not going to talk about yet, but there you'll be able to spend your loyalty points on things, but not trade them. That makes sense. Yeah,
Got it,
and but
got it. So
Atlas
yeah, so I
is
can't just have a huge amount of Atlas in the bank and just go straight in and buy a load of ship slots. You need to play the game,
yes.
get loyalty points, and then if you have a load of Atlas in your account, that's when you can upgrade them.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the relationship between loyalty points and Atlas, and I might have misspoken earlier about talking about this, but the more loyalty points you earn in a day, the more Atlas you're going to earn that day. That's how it works. But it doesn't mean that your Atlas and loyalty points are tradable or convertible.
Okay, yep, got it. Thanks. The next one then for the sneak peek image. I'm sure there's loads of information that we can ask lots of questions on that. Just one question. It looks like the individual ships might be able to be leveled up. Is that actually going to happen in Scream?
Your ships themselves will not level up, and so if there's a reference in that picture to a ship having a level, that's just a placeholder. But the ships themselves will not level up. It's your actual account will have a level, an XP rank that you can increase.
Okay, got it. And then the final one then, please, was I know that the GAL ships were going to come supplied with crew. So in Scream, are we going to have individual crew NFTs, and are they going to be able to be leveled up at all?
So in the initial Scream delivery, we wanted to have crew in there, but it's just too much to bite off at once. So you won't have crew in Scream V0, but we certainly want to get crew in there in the future. And then those crew members, when they're assigned to your ships, will be able to level up over time and increase that ship's performance.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, thanks very much.
Yep, no, great questions.
Yeah, cheers.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Lloyd. I hope you have a good weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you too.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to, okay, Crayons.
Crayons.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice play on crayons there. I like your panda, buddy.
Definitely. I'm like, my whole goal is to buy one of these Calico Compact Heroes and just run around like I'm Racket Raccoon or something.
I love it. Well, you have the perfect PFP for that. That's one of my one of my favorite projects is the whole Degeniverse. So
definitely. I just want to say, like, I love this project and everything. Gosh, man, the performance issues. Are we gonna talk about that at all, or because like, I will keep spending money on this game, guys. Like, I love the art. I love everything that you guys are doing. I just want to like get in there and actually like collect my stuff sometimes, you know? I love Solana too. I'm obviously like a soul degen, man. I'm like all in on this stuff over here, but I actually like this project probably more than I like that whole blockchain, and I just want to see it like really like perform well. So have you guys been looking into other blockchains at all? Is that even a conversation? And I know that's a crazy question, but
we're building on Solana, but we're the blockchain team, kudos to them. We are innovating, and we are really well aware that like of the congestion or the throughput limits on Solana at certain instances, and we're actually taking to that account in how we handle the game mechanics. So we're thinking well in advance. We're also in talks with Solana, and we're aware of their upcoming upgrades to help facilitate and continue to build the layer 1. But your question directly, no, Scream will be built on Solana.
okay, and that's totally cool. I love Solana. My other question was about crew members, and I got this question like listening to the last person speak. But will there ever be like a crew like mint where we can mint crew members for our ship later on down the line, obviously? But Is that something that you guys have thought about? Is actually being able to mint the playable characters?
Yes, we have a lot of documentation and designs for that already. It's just not part of Scream, but players will be able to mint crew members of different races and different attributes and use those crew members in their ships, and those crew will level up as they conduct their duties at the different crew station slots on board their ships. So that is an intended feature for our long-term vision, but it's just not part of the initial Scream release.
Awesome. And now can we add some sort of mutated raccoon with super intelligence as a character?
You've seen the Punab, right? We already got you covered.
Nice. That's all my questions, guys.
Yeah, man.
You guys
I
are doing
love
great, man.
it. Thank you so much for joining us, Crayons. And can I just ask you, because I don't know, I love our Star Atlas community, and I love learning about all the members that we have here. How long have you been involved in the Star Atlas project? Just curious.
Okay, so I think my oldest ship is staked for like 130 something days, maybe.
Nice. So you got the OG status.
It might be like right at 130. Like I said, loving the game. I like am one of those weirdos that like every time I can't collect Atlas, even if it's worth 4 cents, I like feel really bad. That's like my one thing about this game. I love the staking mechanism already, and the ships look sick.
They do. We have an incredible team. We have an incredible art design team, and they're really knocking it out of the park with all of these ships. And the atmosphere too is beautiful. I know we haven't released too much of that yet, but everything that they're doing is absolutely incredible. So
definitely. Well, I'll be around. I'll be coming to these things a lot. So
yeah,
keep it up, guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you.
Thank you so much. And, always feel free to jump up here and chat with us. We love our little raccoons as well. So thank you so much, Crayons, for joining us today. All right, guys. So how are we doing? I went ahead and the Star Atlas main Twitter went ahead and dropped the newsletter for the week. I went ahead and linked it to the top for you guys to make it easy to find. So you can hop over there, take a read as to what Lieutenant Wynn has been up to recently. And I'm going to kick it over to Morpheus. How are you doing today, Morpheus?
Hi, everybody. I'm doing well. Thank you, Ashes.
Do you have a question for Chip?
Yeah, I have two questions for Chip Top, please. My first question is about resources extraction. So, will any type of ship be able to extract resources?
Yes, every ship will be able to extract resources. Well, every ship will be able to do every single activity in the game. Different types of ships will be better at certain activities.
Okay, great. And my second question is about stealth mechanic and camouflage mechanic. Will it be included in Scream? I'm thinking about the Vesus Embue or Pod and about the Tufa Faced.
Currently, no stealth mechanics because there was too many edge cases. But currently none.
Okay. So thank you. That was my questions. So thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Morpheus. It's nice to get you up here. You always put out awesome videos, so thank you for keeping the community updated as well.
Thank you. I'm happy to bring my little pieces to this big adventure. Thank you.
Thank you. So Chip, I'm going to go ahead and go for it.
Oh no, I was just thanking Morpheus for the questions.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and grab one from the chat that we have going on. So Sheldon from Dark is asking, so Chip, could you comment on the exploration role in the absence of the high risk zone in Scream?
The exploration role is strictly going to different star systems and finding which resources are at each of the different planets. As well as you'll probably run into some PvE enemies when you're out there exploring the different star systems. So So yeah, that's the exploration in Scream.
Very, very cool. All right, cool guys. Let's see. We are coming up. Well, I guess we did start a little bit later, right? We ran a little bit over in the town hall, so we'll keep it going. I'm gonna go ahead and go to. You doing all right, Chip? I feel like I don't want to bombard you too much with a bunch of questions.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I'm probably gonna answer about well till 6 o'clock. So I got another
Okay.
13 minutes of questions.
All right, cool. Let's squeeze them in for you then. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to S. Dot. I know that you had commented on the chat, but I saw your request as well, so I pulled you on up here, friend. How you doing today?
Good, you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, I'm not a gamer, and I'm trying to, for the first time, I'm trying to get into Star Plus, and I enjoy the graphics and the project. But the more I hear about hangars, ships, extraction, and all kind of stuff, I mean, how hard is it gonna be for a non-gamer to play this game?
So the question is, what will be the experience of a non-gamer playing Scream, or are you saying more in general interfacing with Star Atlas?
Yeah, in general, to be part of the game. Just score is not a game, so we both know you're just taking. But when you deploy Scream or anything, I mean, how much effort for the learning experience is it to get into the game?
So there's going to be, I guess Scream will likely be as complicated as you put effort into it. So there's going to be very accessible and simple gameplay loops such as mining, but then when you get into strategizing and outwitting your opponents and the more PvP elements, that's where it's going to get very higher learning curve and more time. But that doesn't mean that the non-gamers can't hop into Scream, daily, come in and get and do some more simpler gameplay loops.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying, Chip, is there's going to be something for everybody, regardless of your gaming experience or level. We really will offer something for everybody to come in, be able to enjoy themselves, and just have a great experience overall.
Well, and there's like a bigger picture here too. It's while Scream will have different levels of difficulty depending on how intense you want to get with the game. It might this game style might not be for everybody, and that doesn't. But we're building UE5 experiences to cater to every type of gamer in our community. So Scream is going to be fun for a variety of players at different skill levels, but we're also building a bunch of different projects, a bunch of different experiences, especially the UE5 ones that are higher fidelity, like graphics. So there's going to be, I think, in saying that, there's going to be something for everybody.
So I got one more thing, last question here. Regarding police, will probably be useful at all before the Atlas economy is somewhat mature?
Polis will get its key utility when the DAO comes out, and I really can't speak to that project, but so it's directly tied to the DAO, if that helps answer that question.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, Chip.
Right.
Sorry, Ash. Just to add on Chip's comment, something that I learned while reading about Screen to write the newsletter is that I get this impression that it's easy to learn, but it's hard to master, because the real cool stuff about Screen, in my opinion, is the ability to expand your faction influence through the galaxy, And this will also, while giving you much opportunities to learn about how to coordinate your guild and things like that, there will be always trade-offs, and Screen makes it real visible for everyone, like how to spread your influence in the galaxy, but you will also be open to war in many fronts at the same time. So the guilds and the factions will need to strategize and to think deeply about each step they are taking in Screen in order to expand their influence. This is really cool.
Yeah, and one of the things we thought about too is, just kind of marveled at was how fast the community built those spreadsheets when Score came out. And I'm like, challenge accepted. I want to see how fast the community is going to be able to really wrangle all the data and all the optimization in the Scream gameplay. So I'll be particularly excited to see what the community comes up with, and I know they'll surprise me. But yeah, that was something that I liked to think about when we deliver this.
Yeah, man, you can be sure that the community is already doing that. Like people are
Yeah.
theory crafting about everything that they heard. They should be looking through the newsletter, with with magnifying glasses, just to get every detail. And yeah, I'm sure that next Atlas Brew will be very entertaining.
Yep. Yeah, I'm sure. And yeah, it's amazing the amount of deduction that the community is able to do with just sometimes a little amount of information we give. I'm like, wow, how did they come to that conclusion? That's spot on. That's exactly it. And we didn't say that. And I continue to be amazed by the community and how like detail oriented and perceptive they can be.
Yeah, those guys are passionate. I love them.
Yeah, they're passionate and they're quick, right? Like you said, they're real quick to pick up on everything, and I'm sure you guys will have a lot of awesome stuff to talk about in the Atlas Brew next week. Tony, thank you so much for joining us today. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
I
doing
actually
well.
had a question. I had a quick question. I love. Whoa, cool! A hawk just like flew in front of my window. Very cool. All right, what's up, dude? Sorry, I'm in Canyon. So I love Star Atlas, as you guys know. I'm really deep in the weeds in lore, and I understand the game, but I'm not as technically savvy as probably, the standard gamer. So I was wondering what kind of tech we're gonna need to experience the showroom in VR. So like is like if we have an Oculus, does that work? Are there different headsets we can have? Is there one that we need, or do we need it? Does it need to plug into a desktop? Like how does that all work technically?
I would probably be misspeaking if I gave you an answer. I know our team has that answer, but I currently don't. But we can take that, and when we're ready to release the minimum requirements for the showroom, and we would certainly make that information public.
Awesome. Yeah, I was just thinking because, at the beginning of the campaigns, obviously Star Atlas is bringing in a lot of people who were into crypto and not full-on gamers. And that information is lost on me. So if you guys were like, we release showroom, I would have no idea how to approach it with the tech that I have. So yeah, I don't know, just a
I
note,
will say,
I guess.
you can expect that the showroom is going to be more computationally intensive, so it's likely not going to be playable on the phone, I would imagine, unless the community or the team corrects me on that. But Scream is going to be much less computationally intensive and is intended to be browser based, so that'll be the most accessible gameplay for the communities or the members with less powerful devices.
Very cool. Well, thanks for addressing that. I'm here to hang out. Thanks for having me up, and thanks for having me ask my question.
Yep, thanks for the questions, man.
Awesome. Well, we always love having you up here with us and joining the conversation. So thanks for coming back and hopping up here, Tony. I think we're going to go ahead and take a couple more for you, Chip. I'm going to direct it over to Crypto. Okay, and I know these are Roman numbers. I always mess them up when I say your name. But so Crypto.
Co.
There we go.
Co is enough. Just forget about everything else.
All right,
Thanks
cool.
for having me. Hope you guys are doing good.
We're doing good. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm doing very good as well. Was the best town hall actually since I'm in this project. I mean, really nice. Scream. The screenshot is awesome. Big shout out to the user interface designer from here. I'm just some kind of sorry.
I think Riddick.
Sorry, Riddick. Can you mute your mic? Thank you.
Yeah, the user interface design is amazing. I'm just some kind of missing the dark mode, but yeah, it was mentioned that this is going to appear in the future. I have two questions. One of them is about Scream. How many developers are actually working on Scream now? Is that possible to get an answer to that one?
Yeah, so first up, I want to give a shout out to Evgeny and also Luch. Evgeny is our director of UI. He's the talent behind that screenshot. And on the concept of the light versus dark mode, the light mode is playing off of the fact that we're Star Atlas, so it's like parchment, almost like an atlas, if you think about it physically. And but it's our branding, so we're trying to differentiate ourselves from all the other space games out there. But we understand that your eyes, right? Some people are going to want dark mode, so we're taking that into account. Now, the question on the amount of developers on Scream, I would be uncomfortable releasing that information. I'm not. I don't know if I'd be allowed to say the exact number, but we do have. I did mention in the town hall that we have our PMs and producer Mo's. I think Mo's listening in there. He's like the project manager for Scream, but then we have the game design team. There's multiple members there. We have the econ team. There's several members there. We have the web teams. Those are the guys actually building the game in Play Canvas, which is the web-based gaming engine. The blockchain team, several members there. The art team, dozens of members there. UI, UX team members there. So I can't give you an exact number, but I can give you a sense of we're well staffed across multiple functional areas to be building this game and delivering it this year.
All right, thank you very much. Delivering this year sounds perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean the clean design is amazing. I would just recommend us just to keep it like that. That's awesome. I mean it also hits the how can I say the time today, like it's great. One more critical question about the polis, because ODVB just mentioned that I mean he has analyzed a lot of wallets. Actually, what he said was most of the polis is held by about 20 wallets, and the other amount of, or the bigger amount, is still on the side of the Star Atlas team. And my question is like, how will be the distribution, or is there any concept of the distribution regarding the DAO? Like, will it be possible to make a distribution like a fair distribution? Because since the polis is the most necessary part of the game, where the decentralization aspect of the game is going to be covered, right?
Yeah, so I appreciate the Polis question specifically, and I know that I've seen answers to these questions in the Foundation room. I'd be uncomfortable answering them myself because I feel like I'd misspeak. So I'd encourage you to ask the question in Discord, and then the team will try to get that question answered for you. Sorry, I can't answer it directly.
All right, thank you very much. I mean, again, big shout out to the user interface designer, and it looks awesome. For now, it's everything on my side. Keep on doing the great job, and yeah, hopefully the crypto space will recover somehow. I mean, that would be nice. Yeah, as the other guys said, take care of your mental health. That's more important than any money of the world. And yeah, hopefully we can take care of each other as well. So yeah.
Yeah, totally agreed with you, and I'll pass on the praise to Evgeny and on the UI, you know, enjoying the UI there. But yeah, appreciate the question.
Very much. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Take care, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Co. We also have Eric hopped on up here. How are you doing, Eric?
I'm awesome. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Another
questions, Eric?
Yeah. So I actually wanted to say a couple of things. So I'm the director of the economy for Star Atlas, senior director for economy. So I work with Chip day in, day out, and the dream is what it sounds like. It's fun. It's awesome. You guys would enjoy the heck out of it. It's one of those, can't believe you get paid to do this kind of awesome work. And he is as gifted as he appears on these calls. But I wanted to thank Chip for something. Last town hall I was one of the guests, and I felt like I couldn't take any questions because I felt like I was going to leak all of this information that he is getting out there. So thank you for spilling all of the alpha. So I feel like I can actually communicate a little bit more freely on some of this information. You did a hell of a job with it, man. And I think that this was what I was talking about last month when I said you're going to be excited. This is going to be exciting things. The more I learn about, on the inside, the more I learned about what we were doing, the more excited as a fan of Star Atlas I became, and I think you guys are catching up to my position on it. And then last thing, you said Mo's on this call. Mo, shout out publicly for just being incredible. He is the project manager, so he keeps us on our toes, on our schedules. He helps us communicate between interdepartments, and the pace at which he works this system for us to get Scream to you is urgent, but it's also compassionate for our schedules. He is just a pro, and we're lucky to have him. And so there's your public shout out, Mo. He didn't pay me for that. That's all from the heart.
Well, Eric, yeah, since you've been on the team, noticeably been more efficiently knocking out a lot of the critical economic questions that have to do with the Scream game design. So you and Steven, also on the econ team, have been extremely helpful to progress these past few months.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's been fun to work, and as you guys out in the community can probably imagine, these are not easy questions to answer as we design these mechanisms that Chip and his team have put together. But they are so great at explaining what they're trying to do with the game and the way they want it to be played. And we're just trying to support them the best we can with information and data based decisions. And one thing we've talked about is this is groundbreaking technology and ideas on how we're going to play this. And so we're all learning together, but it helps when you've got a great team and great people that support each other. And that's what I found in my first 2 months here, is just people who want to do the right thing and help each other. And and we're booming on screen because of it. And you guys are kind of seeing and catching up with us today. So that's all I want to say, is give shout outs to Chip and Mo and the rest of the team on here, communications, the writing, Jose, Ash, yourself, Santi. I mean, just great partners in growing what is going to be just a phenomenal, fun strategy game that allows us to play together, learn together, and just earn together, right? So anyway, that's all I've got. I'm getting ready to go to a soccer game for my boys, but I thought I'd give a shout out to Chip while I'm on here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Eric. That was awesome. And with that, I also want to thank Ash and Santi and Jose. I'm gonna be heading off here now, and the community. I love all the questions. I've been super excited to come on here and finally spill the beans on Scream. And the reason why it's taken so long was because we wanted to make sure that the game design was relatively firm before we start really leaking too much, in order to protect against too much pivoting and not enough context on why we're making a lot of changes. So we decided let's wait a little bit until the game design's more firm, and then let's drop it to the community. So today's that day. Been super excited. Love all the questions and all the warm reception of all the alpha that was dropped, and looking forward to the next one. I'm sure we're gonna have more where we talk more in depth on Scream as we get closer to its release. And yeah, guys, that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Chip. It's always a pleasure having you here. I know we all love listening to you talk, and everybody loves picking your brain about everything that they possibly can. So thank you so much, and we appreciate all your hard work that you are doing and putting into this, creating this incredible project for everybody to, you know, get in there and start living their best Star Atlas life. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Everybody, hope you have a great weekend. Catch you on the next one. Bye.
All right. Bye, Chip. All right, guys. Well, that was awesome. It's always, you know, it's always great when Chip joins us in our conversations and touches a little bit more on Scream. It gives you guys a little bit more information as to what's been going on. I did just want to say, just, you know, for anybody in the audience who's not 100% familiar with what is going on here with this project, we are still a little bit ways out from the official launch of Scream. We just leaked some alpha today, and then Chip comes on and he, you know, likes to talk about more with the community. So that is always a great thing. I guess, is there anything else that anybody really wanted to cover or go on? I'm sorry, Heimdall or DK. I know you probably had a question for Chip, and we didn't get to your question. So I'm very sorry about that. I guess we can maybe. Was there anything else that you wanted to add to that, or was it mainly just a question for him?
Hello. Well, no, I don't know really. It was about if we will have player names in Scream by then. That's it. Who we are playing against and who we are playing with. That was the question. So.
Gotcha. That I am not too sure about. I don't know, Santi, Jose, do you guys know? What did you guys happen to know any information about that?
I'm not sure, Ash.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm sure that you'll be able to play with your friends, as the map will be shareable. You know, like the objectives, the attacks, and the defenses, they will be able to be organized with your team members and your friends and everyone. But yeah, the details eludes me.
Yeah, maybe that's something. Maybe like I'm sure someone in the Discord would have a better be able to answer a little bit better, but I'm not quite sure. That information probably hasn't been fully released just yet. So.
Nope, it's okay.
Okay, sorry about that, DK.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
So I went ahead and added a couple more speakers. I think we're coming up on an hour, so we'll probably call the space pretty soon. Let's see. Okay. Versana? Am I saying that right? Verasna?
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you doing today?
Fine, fine.
Did you have a question or comment or something that you wanted to ask the panel up top?
I just listen about what you talk, and for now I have no questions. It's enough clear for me. I'm very excited about what is coming. So it's a good news.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming up here and letting us know that. I mean, I think we're all equally as excited as you are. So thank you so much for joining us today and hopping in on the conversation. We always love having the community members jump up here with us. So thank you. I guess, is there anything else that anybody would like to add? I know we had a lot of really cool things that were dropped today. I'm going to go ahead and put out a recap video in a little bit to just recap some of the stuff that was covered in the town hall. Santi, I know you had touched on that you have the Tufa Attack grand finale happening this weekend. Do we want to remind everybody of that briefly and what is going on with that?
Definitely. Yeah, we have the grand finale tomorrow, actually. It starts at 19 UTC, and we are live streaming from the Star Atlas TV Twitch page. And yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. So if you want to hang out and have a good time, it's going to be really fun. We'll have Moonman and Tony as casters. So yeah, I will probably chime in as well. But it's going to be really fun. It's going to be really intense. It's intense already. Like the competition it's already really intense. And yeah, these guys are going hardcore on Tufa Attack. So yeah, tomorrow tomorrow is the day, the grand finale.
Awesome. Now I gotta ask. So you said there's only 25 people left. How many people started?
600 actually.
Holy cow! So we started with 600 people participating, and you're down to the top 25.
Yes,
That's crazy.
exactly. Yeah,
That's
it's cool.
crazy.
Yeah, the high scores are insane. Insane.
Oh, I love it. I can't. That's gonna be so cool. I can't wait to see like who wins this competition, right? Like who's the best out of 600. That's awesome. And I think the cool thing about this is it was also 100% community developed and driven. And I think we've just been kind of helping push it along and support it in any way that we can, right? I think the Star Atlas team loves that the community is out there developing these side projects and tournaments. And, you know, we want to be there for you guys to help you support it in any way possible that we can. So, yes, the Tufa Attack is awesome. Tune in this weekend. It's going to be live streamed on Star Atlas TV Twitch. If you're unfamiliar with Star Atlas TV, they also put out a lot of really cool content. I believe they stream the Discord like 24 hours a day. Is that true? I've seen
Yeah,
that.
they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're live streaming the Twitch, the Twitter Spaces as well right now, and they probably already uploaded the town hall. So, yeah, it's a good place to stay up to date.
Awesome. Yeah, so definitely check them out, guys. And then we also have the conclusion of the sandbox competition that we currently have going on right now. So if you're unfamiliar, Star Atlas is collaborating with the sandbox on a cross-chain interoperability where we are having people are given the opportunity to create their own Vox Edit character based off of our factions and integrate it into the sandbox metaverse. The competition or the submissions close this Sunday. So if you're interested in entering that, there's a lot of really awesome prizes that are being given out. Go ahead and do that. I've seen some really awesome submissions. I know you guys touched on, there was one in particular with an Ooster tagging a wall saying power to the Oosters. I've seen some really cool ones. Empress Peach has a really awesome Oni. There's been one with super cool tentacles and almost looks like an octopus. So I'm loving seeing all of your guys' work. And I think it's going to be cool to see who wins those competitions as well. We have a really talented community, and I love that you guys are showcasing your skills in all these different outlets. So I guess unless there's anything else that anybody wants to add, we've been going for an hour.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yeah,
maybe the question was asked, but I joined the tunnel late. What's the deal between Star Atlas and Sandbox?
So right now we have a competition going and collaborate, or a campaign running with the Sandbox, where we have partnered with them to give our community the ability or the opportunity to create characters based off of our factions through Vox Edit. So you're getting the opportunity to create like an Oni or an Ooster or a Mud character in the pixelated format. They will be NPC characters within the Sandbox. We have land there, I believe, is how it's working. And there's a lot of awesome prizes being given out. I think first place is 20,000 sand plus I don't remember the exact ship off the top of my head, but so we're giving out a mixture of ships from our end and sand from the Sandbox. So if that's something that you're interested in, I know that the information is on it's actually the pinned message on the main Star Atlas Twitter account. So go ahead and check that out. You still have a few more days to enter in that competition. And if you are unfamiliar and new to the 3D modeling Vox Edit, there are some really cool videos put out by Panda Pops. You know, I'll go ahead and retweet some of her information as well for you guys so that you can, you know, check out some of those tutorials and get an idea of how to create those awesome characters so that you can still get in there and, you know, have the opportunity to win some really cool prizes and you know, get your creativity on, which is also a really cool aspect of this competition.
Okay, all right.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. Again, Santi, awesome town hall. You guys knocked it out of the park like usual. always bringing all the alpha in those town halls. Jose, I know everybody is super excited to read the Atlas Star, and we went ahead and dropped that on the Star Atlas Twitter. So it is there for you guys. Go ahead, jump in there, take a deep dive, and hear about all of the updates we have coming for you this week. And until next week, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. I will catch you all later. Oh, and if anybody's interested, this Twitter space was recorded. So we have the town hall plus the Twitter space Q&A with Chip all recorded. It'll be living on the Star Atlas Twitter page as well. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ash. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Hope
Ash.
you enjoy the weekend.
Thank you,
Nice
Ash.
weekend.
See you guys later.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.